Hey, this is Diane from Teach Pre-K, and along with my About Me week, I want to learn more about the kids, so I make the following week my friends and family. And we do a lot of fun activities. I'm going to push out some video of my kids just doing stuff in my classroom. I'm really excited. It's Monday, so they had their first day with all the new changes that I made to the room for this theme, and they were just having so much fun. Mondays are always super fun because on Fridays we change our sensory bin, our dramatic play area, our class bookshelf, and our block table. So they've got a baby nursery and dramatic play. They've got a dollhouse on the block table. We have friends and family coloring sheets, and we have a really weird sensory bin. It was a tea party sensory bin, but then I found these little these tiny strollers at a craft store, and I already had these little babies like they put in king cakes. So I added those just to, I don't know, sometimes I like to make weird sensory bins, and the kids end up really liking it because they've got different things to play with and things that are just maybe not the total norm. So they're having fun with that too. I'm going to show you some of the activities and centers that we do during this week. There's so much emphasis on family and who's in your family, and they really, really like this. I'm going to show you what we did today, and I'm just going to show you the template because this is my counting house, and we start with 1, then we go to 2, and then we go to 3, 4, 5, 6. And I made it this way so we could roll a die and then do that section of the counting house if we wanted. But what I like to do with my 3-year-olds for a really good counting and fine motor exercise is I just get these price dots, and they peel the price dots off and they cover each little dot. And we talk about how many did we cover in this triangle shape? How many did we cover in this square shape, in this rectangle, in this little, the tree, the bush, the sun. They really, really like it. And I make sure that I have, a lot of different colors of these dots. I also have like pink and purple, but I think they exhausted the pink and purple supply this morning. But they really had fun doing this today. We did an activity our first week of school using these little price dots, and they really liked it. They covered a heart shape of dots, and kids love a heart shape. They just do. And so that is what I do just to get them used to using stickers and really learning that pinch and just practicing some of our fine motor skills. We also introduced our first letter, and we had letter T. And because I'm trying to teach these kids how to properly use markers and put the lids back on, we did an I can color T, and we practiced coloring and putting those lids on the markers and hearing those lids click and matching the colors and the markers and stuff. So I'm carrying on a lot of my first week stuff into this week. We're still practicing using those markers. We're still practicing using stickers. We're going to practice tomorrow using glue sticks. So there's just a lot going on, and it's a lot of fun. I'm going to go off camera for a second. This is one thing that I've done every year. I have a little template, like my preschool friends, my pre-K friends, and I take the pictures that I took of them that first week of school for our job chart and our door decor and for our About Me book, and I make them super tiny. I will cut all these papers out and give everybody a bag of all their classmates. One thing I have learned with the 3-year-olds, if I have a really big class, I go ahead and I glue some of the kids on, and I leave them maybe half the kids to glue on their page. I bring my laminator and I laminate this whole sheet with the pictures of the kids, and I write the names under it, and I send these home. And I get comments the whole year long about how happy the parents are that they sent this, that I sent this home, because when they talk about a child in their class, they can look at this and they can see who it was. Some people use it as a placemat. Some people use it as just something they put up in their child's room or on their refrigerator or somewhere in their kitchen, where the kids can see it and talk about their friends. So I have got a lot of little pictures to cut out, like over 100 pictures to cut out today. But that's what I'm going to do when I'm done with this video, is start getting all that done. And I'm going to make copies on colored paper of all my little templates. Another thing that we do, and this is for math, is I have these little house mats, and they all have numbers on them. And I have this in my friends and family, I have the counting house. I've got the template for my preschool and pre-K friends. In my friends and family unit plan, my little lesson plan on Teachers Pay Teachers. So if you're interested, go to my store, Teach Pre-K, and you'll find these activities in there. But you guys, this one, there's two ways that you can play this. You can play this with these little mats that all the houses have numbers 1 through 10. And then I have these little cards with like 1 person, 2 people, 4 people, 3 people. So they count the people in the families and they match them to the numbers. But another thing I really like to do, because I really like things to be hands-on in my classroom, is I have got this set, and this is from Learning Resources, of these little people. These are so cute, you guys. There's like little girls, little boys, a man, a woman, and the sets that you can buy usually have cats in them, but I bought a set that comes with houses so they can sort, and it has a little dog. So now, let me see if I ended up getting one of these cats to bring home. Yeah, I did. Oh, there's a baby too. So there's a cat, and where's the baby? Let me see if I've got a baby. I might not have picked up a baby. I just grabbed a handful of these on my way out. No, but there's a baby. Oh, I do. I have a little baby. I'll put a link to these from Learning Resources, because you will find that you will use these over and over. They're great in a sensory bin. They're great just to put out with blocks and stuff, but you can use those for these little mats. So for instance, if I have this little house that says 3, I would just grab 3 people or 2 people and a dog or a cat, or 3 cats or 3 babies or whatever, and put them on this mat on the blank side. And that's a more hands-on one-to-one correspondence way of doing it. They like the cards too, but this is visual. It's a pictorial thing. So if you are kind of following the rules of like Singapore math, you want to start with something super concrete that you can hold and you can physically, pick up and count. So it's up to you really. Like I would say pre-K could do it with just the pictures, but your 3 to 4 year old preschool would probably like to have manipulatives instead. I personally, I like using the manipulative. I try to use manipulatives as often as I can. Another thing that I do, you guys, at the beginning of the year, I ask the parents to bring a family picture. And we will put the family pictures and make a family wall in our classroom. And hopefully when I get mine done, I will film it and I will put it in a video so that you guys can see. But I start out this way. I give the kids a template. This is also in my friends and family unit. And TPT is having a 25% off sale tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday, so the 26th and 27th of August. And you just need the code BTS, BONUS, BTS bonus 25. And you'll get an extra 5 off. Otherwise, it's just 20% off. But I give each child one of these, and then I have all these different like flesh tone heads that they can choose from. And they make their family. So I try to get as many. The teacher down the hall uses colored circles, just all different colors, and I think that's really cute too. But I've just always done the skin tone, just kind of like I do with my self-portraits too. But I have them make their family. And this is my example. And my example, you know, a grown-up did this. What I love is they use their glue stick and they glue the popsicles down, one for each member of their family. Then they draw a face on the circle and they glue the heads on. Then they add the arms and legs if they want to. They can make their pet. But I will then label them, put them on the bulletin board outside the classroom with their family picture right next to it. So you can see the kids' vision of the family and the real family. And you guys, some of them are so cute. One kid did, you know, mom, dad, my sister Sienna, and my other dad. He doesn't have another dad. They will like leave off a brother and add a sister sometimes. I mean, they get pretty creative and pretty funny. But that's another way for us to practice glue sticks and see, like with the popsicle sticks, I say you need a lot of glue for these because this isn't just paper. Paper doesn't need as much glue as something that's heavy, like a popsicle stick. So I used to do those with liquid glue, but I am kind of trying to hold off on using the liquid glue until we've got the glue sticks down and everything else. And I did find out a couple years ago that these work really well with glue sticks. So they will use their glue sticks with their friends and family thing that I will laminate. And they will take home and they'll use glue sticks making their family. Some more things that I have, because we do families and friends. So we talk a lot and read a lot of books about being a good friend. And then I have these sorting mats. Good friends do, good friends don't. See these? One's happy, one's sad. Then we will put those down like on a table or on the rug. Then we'll go let them take turns. And I bring out these cards. And I'm like, look, this girl got hurt. And he's comforting her, giving her a bandage. Is that something good friends do or good friends don't do? And they're like, oh, good friends do help you when you're hurt. So they will put this on the mat that is good friends do. Play together, same thing. Let me see if I've got, pull hair. Ugh. Is that what a good friend does? Tease. Make somebody sad with the things you're saying. High five. That's good. So they sort these on the mats and we talk about why these are what a good friend does and why they are not. And while I'm doing this, I am reinforcing just the class rules I've been talking about all the time. We don't, touch our friends. We keep our hands to ourselves. If we're keeping our hands to ourselves, we're not biting someone. We aren't pulling their hair. We're not hitting them. We're not pushing them. But is a high five a good way to touch a friend? Yes, absolutely. If the friend wants a high five, that is a good way to touch friends. So we are teaching them, doing that exercise, just how to be with their friends and their families. Okay, and here's another little math thing that I do. I have these mats, and it's like, take the shape family to their house. And here we've got a heart. And I'll show you. These are all in my friends and family. And I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. But I'm going to show you. I'm going to find, I have lots and lots of shape family little guys. So many that you guys could probably do this over 2 days. You can do it as whole group. But look, in the heart family, I've got the brother playing soccer, the mom, the dad's got the golf club, and the baby. The baby's got the baby bottle. So you would put that family on the mat with the heart. I have every shape. I just saw trapezius, diamond. You do like star family, circle family, octagon family, hexagon family. So it's up to you what shapes you use. At this point of the year with my littlest kids, I would probably stick to my 5 basic shapes. Triangle, circle, square, rectangle, and oval. I would probably just do that. And then for pre-K, my 4-5s, I'd expand that a little bit more. So if you're doing small groups and you have a mixed class, I would get a group of your 3-year-olds and then a group of your 4-year-olds, or kind of lump maybe a 4-year-old that is struggling with shape identification in with your 3-year-old group so they get some reinforcement. Okay. I also have these little things that we'll use with letter cards, and they are little families in houses with letters, and then would just like draw a card, either uppercase or lowercase. You can use the uppercase with the lowercase if you want to do a match, or, you know, vice versa, or you can just do straight match. So straight uppercase or straight lowercase. And they can use the bingo daubers with that. And that's a good letter identification game. So a good literacy thing. Okay. And so now this is kind of an introduction to opposites. And it's like my family is tall or short, and they can circle the one their family is or color it or whatever. My family likes the cold or warm. My family is loud or quiet. My family is fast or slow. My family is young or old. So I'm not a super big fan of worksheets, but something like that, if you're doing it all together, I think it's okay. I also always have with all my units a foldable coloring book. So they can color this and then they fold it into a little book. And I've got one done that I'll show you. I always have an example done for the kids. So it's like families like to be together, families eat together, families play together, and families are happy together. So it just turns into this cute little book that they can take home and enjoy. I also like having them make houses out of shapes. That's an activity that we will do, and they can make their own house. And then they can add the trees, the flowers, the sun, the birds, whatever they want. Some kids won't add anything. Some kids will just glue a bunch of shapes onto the page. But this is giving me another chance to see where the kids are going to take these projects and to see if they can kind of make something that might look a little bit like their house, or if they just want to glue and go play. A lot of times that's what it is, because we're doing centers while they're going to their free choice centers, and they love them. They're having fun. But my pre-K will really get into this and put a lot of detail into it, where the 3-year-olds, it's kind of where I'm seeing where they are with things like that. I have this measure, like a measure and compare, and I have a lot of these. We just use Unifix cubes and we make little towers. Like we can see who's shorter and who's taller, but we're going to measure and then we're going to count the Unifix cubes. So we're going to get measuring, non-standard measuring. We're going to get the counting. We're going to get the fine motor, one-to-one correspondence. The more of your standards that you can cover with an activity, the better off you're going to be. Like that counting house with the stickers, that's definitely fine motor. It's counting, it's supertizing. I mean, there's so many things going on in that. I just want to share a couple more things that are in that unit. I have a family count and clip. So this is where we would use the clothespins to clip the number that you see. So we would count together 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the number 4. That's what 4 looks like. We're going to clip 4. So this is a great, again, one-to-one correspondence, counting, numeral recognition, and fine motor. So in preschool, it's so great because we do end up covering, more than 1 or 2 standards with our activities. And I absolutely love that. Another little template I've got, let me see if this is it, is you can do a handprint craft. Sorry, guys. with the finger family, because we'll do like Papa Finger, where are you? Here I am, here I am. We do a lot of that at circle time. So they can do their own hand, and then we can do Papa Finger, Mama Finger, brother finger, baby finger, all that to go along with that little song and chant. For those of you who like to do journals, this is a journal page where they are just going to draw a picture of their family. And you write their name on it and you date it so that you can put their journal in date order. Yeah. Guys, sorry. Sometimes I get such a brain cramp when I'm doing these. Another thing I've included, I am a big fan of Robert Munsch, who wrote Love You Forever. Oh my gosh. Paper Bag Princess. I Have to Go. Just so many cute little books. He's not as popular as he used to be, but I love this book, Alligator Baby, because the parents keep bringing home the wrong baby. And this little girl is just like, oh my gosh, what are you bringing home? Oh, an alligator, a gorilla, a seal, all these animals, because her parents are going to the zoo. So she's got to go to the zoo and she's got to find her baby brother. And she does. So the little kid is the hero. The little kid's about their age. I just made sequencing cards to go with this book. So if you have this book, it's great. If you don't have this book, this is a fan favorite for this family and friends unit. I'm going to find it on Amazon and leave a link in my description because the kids love this book. And you can really play this book up when you are doing your story time and really get them into it. And then they want to do the activity because they get to hear the book again. And it is hilarious. And these animals cause so much trouble in the house. And the mom and dad are just so out of it. I mean, they are bringing home the wrong babies. I'm trying to see what else I have here. Oh, this is a spin. Okay, so you put a spinner on this. And then we've got a family scene. This is a really good independent activity, or all the kids have mats, all the kids have these cards. You spin and you make a family. So you put the family in the neighborhood, right? It's really cute. It's just like you just get to talk more about family. I made all the people look very different so that, no kids feel left out, or that like the family's not their family and doesn't look like them. And these are only some of the activities in that unit. I just could not bring all of them home. But it's another thing. I also have made like a little circle time poster, and it's like, families can live together. Families can celebrate birthdays. Families can play together. Families can read together. Families can celebrate holidays. Families have fun together. Families have dinner together. Families have friends and a home. Families are loving. Families are protective. Families are kind. Families are good. And families are just the best. So we will use this to open up a discussion about families and how we love our families, why we love our families, what makes our family special. Kids are so honest too, because they will say like, I really like my family, but I don't like my brother because he is terrible. He, always takes my toys, or he punches me. I mean, they're so funny. This is another thing. It's kind of an intro to graphing, where kind of like the letters in our name thing that I mentioned for About Me, I'll write the name of the child and they will tell me how many people are in their family. Mom, Dad, Bradley, Sabrina, Joe, Karen, and Zach. And then we'll do the next child and we'll fill in those squares. So we make a little graph and we get to see. And we can like put them together so they just keep going. So I've got more kids in my class than this. So I've made many copies and laminated them. I just use dry erase markers because of the lamination. I can just erase those with a giant pom-pom, or dry erase marker, or, because have you ever used the marker to erase the marker? And the best way you can clean it is with a little bit of hand sanitizer and a Kleenex. But that is a, kind of brief overview of the activities that I will be doing this week with my classes. I'm super excited. Today was such a great day. We did the letter T today and the counting house. The kids had a lot of fun. They had a lot of fun in the teacher-led centers and in their free choice centers. And I can't wait to go back tomorrow. It's been really fun so far. This year's been great. If you need more information, go to my Teachers Pay Teacher Store, Teach Pre-K, and you're going to find all my stuff there. I've been leaving links and then people tell me they're not active. So I'm going to work on that and work on figuring out what I'm doing wrong, because I'm giving you links that are valid. So I don't know how that's happening. But thanks for watching. Next week is my 5 senses week. And I do a bunch of fun things for that. And I also picked up a couple of things at Lakeshore to go with my 5 senses week last year that I'm really glad I did. So I'm excited to show you guys all that stuff. And have a great day. Have a great week. If you're just starting out, you've got this. You're going to be tired by Friday, but you've got this. So hit the subscribe button if you want to hear more. And as usual, thank you for just commenting, giving me support. You guys are the absolute best. I hope that I'm giving you information that is valuable to you. And again, always tell me if there's something you would like me to talk about, because I'm always looking for ideas. And I am honestly doing this because I want to help other preschool teachers. So that said, see ya.